Hey, what is going on and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Sparkpoint. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor, so you should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now jumping into the daily chart on Sparkpoint. So don't be confused, you see a lot of lines over here. I'm going to explain everything in a second. So these yellow large lines are the bull pennant pretty much, the bear pennant pretty much that we're in. And we're trying to invalidate it right now because if we do end up coming back down and breaking down, then you're targeting this lowest point of the fib retracement, right? Because that's where you bounced off, or you could even potentially come back here. So that's something that can happen if we lose support. But right now, what we're doing is, so last time I made a video on Sparkpoint, we were above, I think, yeah, we were just over here in this zone over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this rectangle because we don't need it anymore. Now, as you can see, we do have a falling wedge. As you can see, these two lines that I have right now, this is a falling wedge. And this is a smaller falling wedge within a larger falling wedge, which is the green falling wedge. You see that? So you have two targets from here. So that is your first target from the first smaller falling wedge, and that's your target from the second. So basically the targets are, you said the targets where the wedge was formed, okay? So what happens is you come back down, hit these support and resistance levels, and then you break out. This is your first target, your second target, okay? So the first target is 0.00538. The second one is 0.00666, okay? Those are your targets. So you can see that you bounced off. We do have two support lines. So one bounce here for both yellow lines, one bounce here for both yellow lines, then one bounce here for the upper lines, and then once again, one bounce here for the upper and lower trend lines. So these two yellow lines are good support levels. That's why there's two of them. And as you can see, we just bounced off this yellow one. And I did say in the last video that you can put some buy orders at this price over here at the yellow support line, which is 0.00323, and even buy at this support level over here, which is 0.00352. So just dollar cost averaging throughout this dip like this is probably the smartest thing. But like I said, if we do end up losing this, you can even come back lower into this falling wedge and just start breaking out. But to invalidate this wedge, we would have to lose this support line and then just, come down and perhaps coming back down all the way to 0.00231. And I'm not saying that that's not possible. It is possible, but I don't think that it's going to happen. I think we're going to have a little bottoming out on Bitcoin very soon. And, the alts can get dragged. Obviously, they're going to get dragged down with Bitcoin. But I think Sparkpoint has started, as you can see, Sparkpoint is trying to break out right now. This is a daily chart. And as you can see, we're just trying to break this crossroads resistance over here. So you can see we have the green line and we have the yellow line over there. And you just bounced off of this crossroads over here. So yeah, two falling wedges at play at the minute. We are in a bear pennant and we seem to be failing to get. So, when we break these two resistance levels, what we need is to break the 0.236 on that fib and finally get above it, because as you can see, this entire area was good for dollar cost averaging. But we want to get above this, retest as support to start coming back to our previous all-time high. So that's it for the chart. Hopefully everything is easy to understand. I know the lines can be confusing a bit, but you can see that we have a falling wedge, a bear pennant. Why is it a bear pennant and not a symmetrical triangle, you ask? Well, that's a good question, because a symmetrical triangle typically forms in a consolidation phase, and you would say, yes, this is a consolidation phase over here, but it formed after an impulsive wave to the downside, a strong move towards the downside. So that's why it's a bear pennant, you see? If we simply had something like this and then we formed that symmetrical triangle, well, that would be a symmetrical triangle. But if we had a move from the top to the downside, that would be a bear pennant. If it's from the bottom to the top, that's a bull pennant. Hopefully that's clear, and hopefully that removes any confusion. The way you chart it is you take the pole from the pennant. Basically, how you do it is you take the move from where it started to the bottom, okay, and then you place wherever you think it's going to break out, and there you get your target pretty much at 0.01716. So yeah, that's your target from this bear pennant if we do end up breaking out of it. Like I said, we need to hold support. We need to hold these two yellow lines, because if you're losing them, yeah, I would say you can come back even lower to this support at 0.00285. You can even come back lower to this support at 0.00247. So keep these levels in mind, guys. Have them buy orders up. And let's jump into the RSI. So the RSI is doing something interesting. So you do have this resistance line. Now with the resistance, you can see that you have 1, 2 bounce. Then we broke it as resistance, and now back testing it as support 1, 2, 3 times, and 4 times with a little fake out. And now perhaps we're going to get rejected. And what we're going to do is just consolidate within this kind of ascending triangle, then break out of it, complete this symmetrical triangle, this large symmetrical triangle on the RSI that we have. So as you can see, I did tell you you can buy off this support line, which is correct. If you bought in, great. Now you can see the price is lower. You can buy in a bit more, right? It's not about buying all in at once, right? So you have one support touch over here, second one over here. This is your new kind of support trend line. So just keep an eye on this trend line. It's going to be very important in the future, because if we do end up dipping down and we do start coming back down, we lose this support. You're looking for the next support, and the next support is just about over here. As you can see, we had 2 touches, one touch in May, second touch in June from that trend line. So if we lose this symmetrical triangle, you're coming back down to this trend line. This is where perhaps you're going to be bottoming out in the oversold on Sparkpoint. So hopefully that's, and that potentially can co-align with the bottoming out from the bear pennant, right? Where we can come back down to the bottom of the Fibonacci trace and where I just showed you. So yeah, all these things are co-aligned. They're working together, and we just have to look at Bitcoin. We do expect a dip on Bitcoin. If it comes, great. If it doesn't, it's great. But I would like to get more altcoins at a cheaper price. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.